Jon Jones announces next UFC fight and Islam Makhachev is retiring. Nick Diaz packs off. What's up everyone and welcome back to our channel. Today let's get started with Chael Sonnen predicts Islam aka Chev could retire. After UFC 284, Islam Makhachev is gearing up for the biggest fight of his life at UFC 284. He'll square off with pound-for-pound king Alexander Volkanovski. In a highly anticipated showdown ahead of the fight, it's been revealed that Makhachev's head coach and longtime training partner Khabib Nurmagomedov will be stepping away from the sport. In addition to walking away from his coaching duties, the UFC Hall of Famer won't be making the journey to Perth to corner his longtime friend. The way Chael Sonnen sees things is, Makhachev could very well be gearing up to retire himself regardless of the outcome of the fight. It's important to note that Sonnen said this talk is nothing more than pure speculation at this point. Recently, Have You Been Recommended for unveiled his plans for Makhachev, predicting that lightweight champion would defend his belt 6 times over the next 3 years before riding off into the sunset. Although Nurmagomedov is stepping away from the sport himself, Makhachev will likely continue to work with Javier Mendez at American Kickboxing Academy in California. So far no word yet on who will join Mendez in Makhachev corner come time for UFC 284. However, Umar Nurmagomedov recently said that he feels his cousin won't be away from the sport for too long. Do you think Makhachev will retire after UFC 284? Or will Umar's prediction for a short-lived retirement come true and see the Eagle return to coaching duties before the end of the year? Give us your thoughts in the comment section below. Nick Diaz isn't a fan of Tony Ferguson's style. While Nate Diaz and Tony Ferguson showed nothing but respect to one another before and after the UFC 279 main event fight, Nick Diaz isn't a big fan of Elko fighting style. During a recent appearance on a podcast hosted by Dr. Bo Hightower, the older Diaz brother shared his thoughts on Ferguson's unorthodox striking style. Diaz, of course, is gearing up for a return to the octagon this year. After returning to the octagon back in 2021, and dropping a third-round TKO loss to Robbie Lawler, Nick Diaz underwent surgery to repair ruptured discs with his health back in order. Reports have indicated that the Diaz will be looking to return to the octagon this year. When he does return to the octagon, who do you want to see him square off with? Give us your thoughts in the comment section below. Before we continue, make sure you give that like button some love and be sure to subscribe to our channel for all of the latest news. Gunnar Nelson returns against Daniel Rodriguez at UFC 286. Gunnar Nelson vs. Daniel Rodriguez has officially been finalized for UFC 286. After 2.5 years away from the octagon, Nelson made his long-awaited return last year when he squared off against Takashi Sato back in March. The win snap. The two fights good that saw him drop back-to-back decisions to Leon Edwards and Gilbert Burns back in 2019. On the flip side of things, Daniel Rodriguez will be looking to bounce back from a third-round submission last to Neil Magny. That snapped a 4-fight win streak that saw Rodriguez defeat Li Jingliang 2 months prior. The fight between D-Rod and Jingliang at UFC 279, of course, was a short-notice booking after Hamza Chimaev have entered fight week massively overweight, causing UFC officials to shuffle fights around. The card, which is set for March 18th, at the O2 Arena in London, has yet to receive a main event. However, it is expected that a trilogy fight between Leon Edwards and Kumar Guzman will serve as the featured bout for the evening. Priscilla Cachoeira vs. Sujata or Eubanks pulled from upcoming UFC Vegas 67 card with just days to go until Priscilla Cachoeira and Sujata Eubanks were slated to step into the octagon at UFC Vegas 67. Eubanks has been forced out of the fight as a result of weight management issues. Although Cachoeira successfully made weight for the event, Eubanks wasn't even present at the weigh-ins. This is now the 4th time Eubanks has experienced problems with her weight throughout her UFC career. Back in 2017, she was said to make her UFC debut on the Ultimate Fighter 26 finale card. However, while cutting weight for the scrap, she suffered kidney problems and was ultimately replaced by Roxanne Moto Fiery. The following year, she missed weight for a different bout with Moto Fiery, resulting in a catchweight fight. After that fight, she made an unsuccessful return to band and weight when she dropped the decision to Aspen Ladd to kick off 2019, before then losing to Bet Chuck O'Hara to close out the year. After the fight win streak to kick off 2020, Eubanks closed the year out with 2 tough decision losses. That's it for today. We hope you like our video. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.